Hey Pisces, how are you? My name is Danielle. Welcome to Moonlight Intuition. This is going to be a general reading for you after that wild, total solar eclipse, new moon situation we just had. And if the messages resonate with you, please like the video, subscribe to the channel. And if you would like a personal reading with me, please see all the info in the description box below. Ooh, I like this. I feel like you had this card last time. When the universe repeats a card, it's like, I meant what I said. I meant what I said. Oh, yeah. Okay. You kind of had a similar vibe last time, but let's see. First of all, you have the Five of Wands reversed. You have the Three of Wands. And you have the Page of Wands reversed. Okay, there's so much here that I think you had like a similar thing. Now, first of all, that eclipse was totally wild. I feel like I'm saying this in all the videos, all the readings, because it was wild. I mean, just the fact that it was like nighttime in the middle of the day, then it was like daytime again. And like since then, it's just everything has felt so, and I know myself included, and so many people have gone through literal changes lately, like in their physical lives. But like now we're feeling the like emotional inner world changes. So there's that. And also just how the moon legitimately, like, let alone the astronomy part of that, how wild that is that these, you know, the cosmos just align perfectly like that. But that, like, from an astrology standpoint, that it's like the moon being our subconscious came ahead of the sun, which is our kind of persona, how we show ourselves in the world. So it's like the moon really is our true nature, or how we often feel when we're alone. So I feel like for you, Pisces, you're a water sign. I'm a water sign. You're probably feeling this in the aftermath of the eclipse. I know I am. You're maybe feeling a lot of old triggers. And I feel like a lot of you have been craving change for a while, and that it's been kind of fighting yourself about it. And I think some of you are maybe very triggered by those fears. And maybe you're doubting yourself, but I think you are changing. And I think you're starting to I think maybe you've wanted a change in your life for a long time. And now maybe it is maybe even a bit scarier because you're feeling yourself change internally as well. I mean, even for me, it's like, it's crazy. It's like positive changes are scary. It's like I got an apartment after like 2 years of searching. It's like a whole thing. I've never had a home by myself, and finally I do. And now it's like, it's like forcing me to step the fuck up in my life, to be like, yeah, time for financial security and financial freedom, time to be a boss, time to like level up my businesses, time to put myself out there again as an artist and an actor. And like, you know, and it's scary, right? So I think some of you are feeling that, perhaps, like that, the fight. This being reversed, I don't necessarily think that you're like, I feel like you're feeling yourself getting over it. That you're like, okay, yeah, me just constantly, because I mean, really think about Pisces. It's like two fish just following each other. It's like maybe you've been like a tiger chasing its own tail for a while, going nowhere. And I don't mean that, like I say that with love. It's like, we all do this. We have our patterns. We're like, oh. And I think now it's like, because I feel like this is like the Five of Swords. And again, this is fire. All of these are fire energy, which is interesting. Maybe some of you have a relevant fire person in your life that you're like, I want, or whatever. It could just be, we are in Aries season. So maybe big changes are happening for some of you in this fire season we're currently in. But if you look at this card closely, you know, it's like, you know, you fighting yourself, fighting with others in this battle that's not even going to do anything. It's basically people with sticks pushing against each other with other sticks until everyone just gets tired. And then it's like, all right, well, we'll put our sticks down. Good night, right? So it's like whatever battle it is that you're like, it's a road to fucking nowhere. You're like, I think you're kind of seeing it now. You're like, yeah, okay. Or this loop-de-loop you've been doing in your life with yourself and or others, probably both, because our inner world just shapes our entire outer world. I think some of you are starting to be like, oh, maybe possibly even just since the eclipse, some of you might be like, yeah, okay, I can see that if I just do the same actions, I will just get the same reactions over and over and over. And it's just a lot of this bullshit. and it's not really what you want, you know, that it's just kind of like, okay, well, yeah, like you're in a finger trap. I want this, but I want this, or I want this and I'm too scared of this. So, but it's like just pulling in two directions and then not going anywhere. And I do feel some of you are like, or if you're not yet, it's like, just know, I feel like some of you, the Three of Wands is all about a new fucking journey. It's such a powerful card. And I'm pretty sure you had this card last time. So again, if you had a card twice, the universe is like, by the way, I meant what I said. This is a card of like, I mean, this person is looking out into a golden ocean and there are ships there waiting for him or her. And that it's like not even like, I think some of you know that it's like, okay, if I make a decision on whatever it may be, or a change, whatever that may be, however that resonates with you, whoever may be watching, it's like, you know that it's like, you don't even have to like search, you know, the ship is there. Like you kind of know that it's like, okay, I know, and it can be frightening making a change when you know that you're like 1 inch away from it. It's like, I saw it in a movie once and I was like, that is so wild that it's like when we're in the womb, like we don't remember it, but we're like 1 inch away from the next life. And it's like, I feel like some of you are in kind of the womb of your current version and you're aware that the next version is like right the fuck there. And that can be frightening. I understand that. Because again, I'm going through all this myself, that I'm like, oh my God, imagine if I was just like happy and successful and had all the love I desired. And I know it's right there. It's all right there. And it's, so I do understand, just so you know. Anything I'm saying, I'm not like, come on, Pisces, get it together. I'm like, I fucking get it. So, but this is a card also too, I feel, about like leaving the comfort of being a big fish in a little pond into stepping into a bigger unknown that maybe will be fucking foreign to you, and that everyone in the new pond, you will be foreign to them because it's new, right? But I think it's like, Pisces, you are stepping into really a position of like, maybe some of you for the first time ever, truly dipping, or at least being open to it, of dipping your toe into a life that you actually want and desire, versus just like, you know, keeping your cards close to your chest and playing it safe and making sure everyone likes you and making sure the optics are good and making sure that it's like, okay, great. Yeah, I'm doing all the societal things that are expected of me. Like you might be like 1 inch away from, yeah, like bursting through the birth canal of the old you and crowning into the new you. And again, I understand, because again, I'm going to repeat it. It's like, I'm doing that too. And also all the water metaphors, the birth metaphors, like we're water signs. It's like, yeah, you're literally always in a womb because you are a fucking walking watery womb water bottle, right? Yeah, and like for me, it's like, yeah, having an apartment. It's like, that's one thing. Oh, I need a home. Then all of a sudden it started dawning on me. I was like, A, I've never had a place to myself. I haven't had stability in years, legit. So all of a sudden I was like, oh, I don't even think I know yet what this chapter of my life means. Like what having this stability will mean and how it will affect me in the good way, right? It's like, I know maybe it sounds silly, but it's like, so all to say, yeah, I'm also like into the new. And now to ease this kind of, like, and you want to just revert to this old shit. And we do, that's what we do. It's like you take 1 step forward, 12 steps back. But I think, again, some of you, it's almost like this fight, whether you choose to be like, I'm done or not, will run out of gas probably soon. Because I think some of you, it's like a lot of patterns have run subconsciously and like controlled you. And I think now, again, with this eclipse, the sun coming in front of the moon coming in front of the sun, I think some of you, your patterns, you're like seeing it now. It's still running, but you're aware now. So that's the difference. When you're unaware of a pattern, it controls you. When you become aware, it still kind of controls, but you see it now. So you're like, fuck, I'm aware that that program is running again. Where in the past you weren't aware. And I think like now you're aware. And it's like Pisces, whether you follow your heart or not, or whether you make changes or not, or whether you do what's right for you or not, or whatever, this pattern will probably eventually just run out of gas. And then you'll be like, oh, now I kind of have no choice. Like I have to make this change because now this is just done. Like I'm over it. I'm no longer triggered by this that used to make me do this with myself and others. Now it's just kind of like, oh fuck, it ran out of gas. Now I'm just standing here naked and like, hello, old me. well, I guess I have to go over here now, or like, you know what I mean? So, but there's something like very sweet about this, that it's reversed. I don't know if you've, and I'm trying to step into this as well, and I am, and it's reversed. So it just might just have to be like, you might just need this little reminder that like the Page of Wands is kind of a beginner's mindset, approaching, you know, life, the new, with like childlike curiosity, childlike eyes, and just accepting that you don't really know, right? It's almost like stepping out, because the pages in tarot are really like, almost like childlike. It's like new. To step into the new, not from a place of fear, because everything is just a small perspective shift. It's like, like even me getting an apartment and being like, it's like, how am I ever going to afford this? And so just shift to be like, oh my God, how am I going to afford this? Like, how am I going to make money? Oh my God, amazing. There's probably streams of income I'm not even aware of yet, right? And of course there are, because that's how it is. So it's to approach things in that way. Maybe that it's like, if you do feel yourself entering a new chapter or new version of yourself, however that will resonate with whoever's watching, it's like, to not be like, well, what does this mean? Be like, what does this mean? Like, what does this mean? I've never experienced this direction before. So how would you know what it means? So to be open to it, and like your water, flow, baby. And I think you're just stepping into a place of like deeper love and self-respect for yourself, and more boundaries for yourself. Because again, Pisces is very boundaryless. Because I always like to say Pisces, you're kind of the metaphor of like a river spilling into the ocean. Like, where does the river end and where does the ocean begin? Right? And so you're very porous to other people's energy, and you're very like, you can take a lot on and kind of turn it into like, oh, I'm feeling sadness because they hate me. It's like, I think you're starting to be more like, no, like, I like you almost want to like cast a, like, or like break the spell of being like, any hex that's against me. Like, no, not that there's a hex against me, you know what I mean? But I think it's like to approach the new with being like, pretend you're going to a new amusement park and like, I've never even heard of this park. What the fuck is this? Imagine you're like driving in the city you live in and you're like, what is this? And you go to this amusement park and you're like, what is this? And they're like, come on in, explore it for yourself. And there's not even a map. You're just like, okay, this is your life. This is life. We get so used to being a certain way and we forget that it's like, yeah, I'm probably not going to live it exactly this way forever. Right? So for those of you that are approaching a new version of yourself, and for those of you that it's like maybe big changes, or you're on the cusp of a big change, just know that it's like the boats are fucking there. And it's like you have the right to be open to looking like, be free to look like a fool even. Be like, I'm not even sure. I mean, even me, it's like I feel like my life, don't even compare yourself to me, because I feel like I'm just like an anomaly of a person. But it's like I've made so many big changes. It's been kind of a rocky road for me for a few years, and I'm not saying that in like, it's like I've learned so much about myself and others, and how I want to show up in the world, and how I want to treat others, and how, you know, how I want to love, how I want to make money, but there's something really nice about just being like, I'm just gonna kind of throw shit at the wall in life a bit and see what sticks, and who cares what people think? Who cares? Like, if no one's like, if you make a different choice, like no one's going to say anything to you. And even if someone is saying something about you behind their back or thinking it, how does that change your experience of being a human here on earth? If you have the courage to lead a heart-led life, don't let people who don't have that courage take you down. Pisces, I love you. You're fabulous. Please like the video, subscribe to the channel, leave me a comment if you like. If you have any questions or want to share anything about your journey, send this to a fellow Pisces who may benefit. And I wish you all the best in life, in love, in career, during this post-shadow eclipse stuff, and always. See you next time, baby. Love you.